Hello students, in this video we are going to discuss a very important concept, and that concept is array. The students, you see here I have written certain numbers here: 5, 55, 23, 41, 32 is there. Then we have got certain characters D, P, A, J, H, alright. And then we have got certain strings. Abbas is there, Rohan, Icha, Mani, Vibhu, alright. All these strings are there. Alright, when I observe these data elements, I find that it's a group of integers, this is a group of characters, and this is the group of strings. Alright, so we have seen three groups here. When I say it's a group, so there is one more thing associated, it's a group of integers, so that means all the elements are of type integer or int in Java. Alright. When I say this is a group of character, that means all the elements of this group are characters in Java or char type. Alright. Then when I observe this, so I find that there are many strings and all elements of this group is string type, and each and every element is of a string type, and a string is also a data type in Java with the capital S. So we have seen a group, different groups here of different types. The students, after that I see here one more combination, and I observe that this is 5, so this is of int type data element, this is a string type data element, money is there, and then there is in single quotes I have written the character literal, so this is the char type. Alright, it's a character, so it's a char type data element. So it is not a group of similar type, alright, type of data anymore. It's not a group anymore, group of similar type. Okay, so here students, when we talk about group of similar type, that means all the elements must be of same type, right? Now here we have got a declaration for this to store 5. So we have got int n assignment operator 5, so 5 is stored within the variable n, that is of int type. Then I find here that string name, so name is a variable which is of type string, and name has been initialized with the value or the string literal, that is Rohan. Terminate the statement by semicolon, so that is a declaration and initialization of this variable name that is of a string type. Then we perform the same thing here, the declaration of the variable C, which is of char type, and initialize this variable with the value or the character literal A. Alright, and terminate the statement with a semicolon. So here this is the way we declare variables and store this data in the variables separately. Alright, now we have got certain numbers here. You can see here 5, 55, 23, 41, and one more we take 32 also, right? So if I want to store, so I need to declare 5 different variables, and all the variables are going to be of same type, int, because we have to store the integers. So students, this is the way of declaring these variables. So 5 declarations, and they have been assigned different values. So int n1 has been given 5, int n2, that is having the value 55, 55 is assigned to n2, int n3 assignment operator 23 semicolon, that means 23 is assigned to n3. Then int n4, it's been assigned or initialized with the value 41, semicolon is there to use the as a termination operator. Now we have got int n5 assignment operator 32 semicolon, that means 32 has been assigned to n5. Alright, but there is a much better way available to do this. Alright, and we can do the entire thing in one statement, and instead of having different names for different data elements, we can have the same name, just one name for all the data elements. Alright, how that can be done? So the solution here is the array. Alright, now students, when I look at this, you just see here array is a better solution. I have written here better solution is array. So what happens when we use array, and what is the advantage? Through array we can refer multiple data elements. What I said, multiple data elements means more than one data elements of same type, similar type. When I say type, that means I'm talking about the data type. Means if the element is of int, so all the integers are there. For the characters, char type. For the string type array, string type. Float type array. So means it must be having multiple data elements, and second thing, all the data elements must be of same type. Alright, so array we can refer multiple data elements of similar type. But the best part is going to come up, that is by one common name. Just one name will be used for that. So students, here we have 5 different data elements stored in different variables. One statement is there. I'm just reading it out for you. int n1 assignment operator 5, comma n2 assignment operator 23, comma n3 assignment operator 55, comma n4 assignment operator 41, comma n5 assignment operator 32, and this entire statement has been terminated by a semicolon. It simply means all the variables n1, n2, n3, n4, n5 are of int type. N1 has been given the value 5, N2 has been assigned the value 23, N3 has been assigned or given the value 55, N4 has been given the value 41, and N5 has been given the value 32. So 5 variables and initialized with the different values or integer literals. And if I want to print any of these variables, I have to write system.out.println, and then I have to write the name of the variable. So suppose I have written n5, so here 32 will be printed on the screen. Now what is the advantage with the array? That instead of using all these different names, I can have just one name, and I have given the name n. And I have to denote that this is an array, so square bracket I have specified, so that denotes that this is an array. And here I have taken the data type, which was here also. So this is the int type array. Then assignment operator. You can see that multiple data elements 5, 23, 55, 41, 32. Multiple data elements as I had mentioned here, and they are all of type int. Okay. So multiple data elements and same type. I have proved this. And they are referred by one common name. So you can see only one name is there for the array, and that is n. Alright, name you can change it, just an identifier. You can have any name here following all the naming rules in Java. Alright. So here students, what is the specialty of this statement? That this is the declaration of the array, int n square bracket equal to creation of the array. Simultaneously we are initializing it. Alright. So if one integer takes 4 bytes, 5 elements are there, so total 20 bytes have been allocated to the array this n. Alright, and so memory has been allocated using by having different data elements, which are actually going to be given to this array. Alright, now here is another way. I can simply have int n square bracket equal to new int5. Means first I have given the size to the array, that this is an array n. Using the square bracket we are denoting that this is an array, and then the data type means what type of data it's going to have, so int, because all the elements are of type int. And assignment operator, new is there to allocate memory during the runtime. Alright, so new is a keyword for that. Then int5, that means we have to allocate memory equal to 5 ints. int 4 byte, 5 into 4 means 20 bytes are going to be allocated to this array n. Remember, this square bracket is there just to denote that this n is an array, and this square bracket is there to have the size or the length of the array. Length and size of the array both are referring to the same thing. Alright, both can be used interchangeably. So this statement has declaration and creation of the array. initialization is not there. In the previous one, we had declaration, creation, and initialization, all the things in one line or one statement. And here, how to initialize. Now you can see here n square bracket, n square bracket, n square bracket, n square bracket. But you can see the numbers are here 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. What are these numbers? Students, if I just call an element n square bracket, or just I say n, there will be a confusion which value I am talking about, whether it is 5, 23, 55, or 41, or 32. So just to distinguish and access the elements of an array, there is a very important concept, and that is called index. So a qualified name of an array element is always name of the array and its subscript or the index. So students, here you can see that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 are what? They are indices. Alright, so individually we call it index, but from where we begin the numbering of the index, we begin with 0. So first element is going to be going to have the index 0, second element is going to have index 1, third element is going to have index 2, fourth element is going to have index 3, fifth element is going to have index 5, which is one less than the length or the size of the array. Why is it so? Because we are beginning with the 0. So index always begin with the 0. So I hope you have understood the concept of array, concept of index, concept of length, concept of new. Alright? Okay. Now students, there is one more thing, an easier way. Here I have declared the array. I have written int n square bracket equal to new int 5. So this is the declaration and creation of the array of size 5. It is of int type array. I have already explained that up there. Now how we can initialize it very easily and print the values of the array elements easily. You can take the help of the loop. Why? Because you can see that there is uniformity in these index. You can see u0, then +1 1, +1 2, +1 3, +1 4. So we can have a loop here, for loop int index initialized with the value 0, as if the first index was 0, and it goes index less than n dot length. Alright, what is this length? Length is basically a field in the array. Now you may have confusion, what is this, the idea of field? Like if I talk about your information, your roll number, your name, your father's name, it's the data about you. So that is nothing but field, different fields or attributes. Attributes are also known as fields. When we talk about databases or table, this is also known as field. Alright, so field of the one very important field of the array is length. The length of the array or the size of the array, which is represented through the keyword length. So how to write that? N is the name of the array, then dot, and then length. See, there is no parenthesis with this, so it's not a function. If somebody says it's a function, it's completely wrong. Alright, so length was length of the array was 5, so less than length means 4, and you can see here that we started with 0, we have to go up to 4. So this can be done easily by writing like this. So I always ask student to use array name dot length with this, because if the by mistake size is changed, so that will be accepted here, not a problem. Alright, then index plus plus, definitely we have to increase the value of index by 1. So here, how to access the elements? We have to just write the name of the array, and then index is there. So index will be having different values at different steps of the loop. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 all will be accessed here. And then we can input the data using the scanners object sc. I'm assuming that it is there. So sc.next int I have used here. Then system.out.println n of index. How do we read it? We read it n of index. So different index will be changed here also with the every steps of the loop, and finally the loop is closed. So this is a very important description, and students, you will be using this way of writing codes in the array quite frequently, so please practice it. Alright, now I'm going to discuss what is an array. So students, you can always remember this definition. Array is a group of data elements of similar type which are referred by one common name. So you will combine these two statements, then you will have the definition of the array. So syntax is here. of the array declaration first I'm showing you. So just write data type, then array name, square bracket, semicolon. Example is if I want to declare an array of integer type, its name is RNO, so I will write data type, that is int. You can compare the syntax here. Data type is int, array name is RNO, and then student square bracket is there, square bracket is here also, and terminated by a semicolon. Students, after that we have array creation, we have array name, assignment operator, new, data type, size. So here you can see now instead after declaring the array, now I'm going to initialize and I'm going to create the array. All right, initialization will be done later. So here array name equal to new data type. So you can see array name is here RNO, assignment operator, new data type, and then size is 5. New data type is please write int here instead of this data type. It will be int, and then we have the size of the array, that is 5, and then we have array declaration and creation in one statement. So students, here data type array name square bracket equals to new data type, size, semicolon is there, you can see. So this entire statement, right? So in one line you can do all these things. One very important thing, when you do the creation in the second line in a different statement, so you do not repeat that square bracket again, because that has already been declared over there, so that is not required. Just use the name of the array. So that is not a mistake, just plain RNO. Only one thing is wrong here in this statement, that I have to specify the data type, that is right now int, because I have declared as int, so int will be used here. All right, fine, but this is the correct way of writing RNO without any square bracket. Okay, now here I am getting back to this data type array name square bracket equal to new data type, size. So that is the declaration and creation in one line. So here I have combined, so I have written int RNO square bracket, assignment operator, new int 5 semicolon. After that, students, array declaration, creation, and initialization in one line. So it's a very powerful statement. We have here int RNO square bracket, assignment operator, then in the curly braces I have written 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14, separated all the values with comma, curly braces closed, and semicolon. It is indeed a powerful statement, but if I want to give the value during the runtime, then we need to go for the different method which I have already discussed. Here you can see how I have done. I have just declared the array of size 5, and after that I have executed a loop, and through loop I have got inside the loop this input statement using the scanner class object, and then the display. So this is the best way of doing it. You declare, you create the array, and then you initialize the array, and then you display, or whatever the way you want to manipulate the array, you can always do that. So I hope everybody has got it well, understood the fundamentals of the array clearly. In the next video also I'll discuss some more important things about the array. Thanks everyone.